Okay, here is a video by Alison Weir. It's a short clip by Alison Weir. She's a famous political activist on the issue of Palestine. For a long time, has been working on that issue. This was taken from the Dean Show. This was actually a video from 2 years ago. So, but the message is still relevant. She explains how the U.S. taxpayer money is wasted on sponsoring the crime, Israel's crime in Palestine. Well, let's take a listen.
As we look at our country here, our beautiful country here, many places in America look, when you go down in certain places, they look war torn, homelessness, poverty, healthcare, education, on many
Hmm.
places, just, the budget's low, we don't have the money. But if we tell us, you talk about the extraordinary amount of money that actually goes towards this movement out there.
So it's worth it to remember. It's not as if like America does not need the money. The Americans does not need the money because they really do. One can talk about the medical situation where people are not able to afford medical care. It When you talk about like trillions of dollars spent on other countries while Americans some of them are even dying of problems, malnutrition and stuff like that. One can talk a lot about the problems, the economic problems in the West, how people are not able to take care of themselves to some extent, even though the country is very rich. And but the money that is spent on, for example, the sponsoring the crimes in Palestine is unthinkable, and that's what she's going to be explaining today.
And how much of that money, if it was allocated for these things I mentioned, would actually solve the problems that we have at home.
Hmm.
It's huge. I mean, that's one of the things when I started looking into this, I was shocked when I discovered how much money we sent to Israel. It's my tax money. Normally, we know these things.
Hmm.
We don't know where all of our taxes go, of course, but when there's a huge part of it that goes somewhere, normally we would all know that. It's known in the Middle East that we give this a huge amount of money to Israel, but most Americans don't know it. As I said, it's over $10 million per
Hmm.
day. That works out to something like $7,000 per minute, I believe it was. And that's not all of it. That's just the money that goes to Israel. On top of that are a lot of additional allotments, some of which go to Israel, but many go to other countries and other projects on behalf of Israel. Our tax money was used to buy off
Hmm.
the Egyptian government from supporting Palestinian human rights. Our tax money has been used to buy off the Jordanian government from supporting Palestinian human rights. And there are other cases about that. I wrote a detailed article about it. So that those additional amounts come to at least $9 million per day. So we're talking about now $19 million per day of American tax money on behalf of a foreign country.
$19 million. Can you imagine that amount of money? How better it could have been spent on, I mean, improving American life, ordinary Americans' life. Why is this much money being sent overseas? Not actually for something positive, but to try to maintain a colonial project, basically in the Middle East that has been causing havoc in the region. This money should have been used to improve the daily life of Americans, but it's not being. America is not even a welfare nation, but it just affords to send $19 million every day for the sake of Israel and to continue to maintain the colonial project in Palestine. Let's listen to her more.
This is bizarre. It eclipses the amount of money we've given to other countries through the years. I don't remember the exact quantity that it has amounted to, and you always have to change that into today's dollars. So
Hmm.
we're talking about many billions of dollars. I think it may be in the trillions. It's on our website. I don't remember the exact number right now. If people go to ifamericans.org, they can see all
Hmm.
of these facts, and the website is very transparent. You can click on things and find out where the source of that particular statistic or fact comes from.
All this money being spent on the issue of Palestine, and ironically, the website that they have is ifamericans.knew.org, just explaining. I've heard some people mentioning Israel is not an ally that the U.S. can afford anymore. And I find that very striking. I hope you like this video. Stay subscribed, maybe share it, like it. Thank you for listening.